Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome to the new episode of the House of Moody Vintage podcast. Alright, welcome to the podcast. It's great to be here, great to be back. I want to, from the top of the episode, I want to say congratulations, okay, to my countrymen, the national team, the national football team of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, I cannot believe it. Big win against Argentina. And I'm so proud of my countrymen. Sorry. Okay, I gotta, I'm sorry. That was bad. No, the Saudis are not my countrymen, but oh my goodness, listen. The World Cup has now it feels like the World Cup, yes, the passion is there and all that stuff, within the crowd. And all the, I think hundreds and thousands of fans or millions, I think, I don't know, that went to freaking Qatar and, out there to support their national team. And, when I was first watching, and I've just discussed this before, I think in the previous episode, where I said I was a little conflicted. I was like, you know what, the World Cup's taking place in freaking, in a very controversial place. The host country was, of course, the whole idea of the World Cup taking place in November. It's not the usual summertime. Quote unquote summertime, depends where you are in the world. In June, July is when that's when the tournament usually happens. It takes place, and this time it's late in the year. It's basically, the break goes all the way to Christmas, right? Or right before Christmas, right before the Christmas break. So it's strange. The whole thing is strange, but the that excitement, it's the World Cup. Nothing can replace that feeling, that experience. Whether you're watching it in a stadium or you're at home supporting your country or supporting obviously a lot of countries are not in the World Cup tournament, so you're supporting your neighbors, or you're supporting a team that you were supporting ever since you were a kid. So the excitement is there, and today it felt like a World Cup match. Like proper. It was. No one expected this. It's not impossible. Any team can be beaten on any day, but no one went into the match, the Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. No one walked in the match ever thought that, okay, maybe Saudis will give up. They'd give a fight, but eventually Argentina would win. My prediction, which was, I'm so happy I'm wrong. My prediction was 4-0. 4-0 to Argentina. And that's not what happened. And of course, I think whoever saw the match, whoever cared to see the match, they saw how the Saudis completely turned around the second half. They bossed that second half. I wasn't, to be honest with you, when I was going into tonight's episode, recording this right now, I'm recording this right after the match. I honestly did not, I didn't think I'd be this excited to talk about it. I didn't want to go too deep into it. And this is not going to be obviously like a play-by-play analysis or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to waste, that's just too much time I have too little time to talk about all that stuff. Maybe, I'll talk about with my friends later. But, and of course, hello, you guys have watched it, or you've either watched it, or you're probably going to, pick up the highlights later on or whatever. But I'm telling you, if you missed this, you've missed an incredible match. The Saudis bossed, and they bossed Argentina in the second half, okay? Argentina are the supposed favorites. Oh, it's Messi's year. He scored a goal. It was a penalty, by the way. Penalty. Argentina only scored a goal from a penalty, okay? But the Saudis came back. They scored 2 goals in 5 minutes, and they just locked it down, bro. They locked it down, and they fought fearlessly. And the Saudi goalkeeper, oh my God, what a fucking boss. Okay, that Mohammed bin Salman, the prince, His Highness, he's going to be very happy. That his team and the starting 11, and of course all the manager and the players coming off the bench. The entire Saudi squad, they did very well, and they represented the country, and they can now they have a good chance of going through out of the group They're not going to win the group. Let's be let's be real. But they have every good chance of going through the group into the next round and representing all of the Arab world, Arab country, and to continue to show that the Saudis are number one. They are number one, and that is how they will always go to in everything they do in life, whether it is football, whether it is in creating complete different technologically advanced cities. Like the line, and of course they have the floating city or whatever they're calling it. It looks like a tortoise, and I'm telling you, the Saudis are going to take to another level. Even though, well, we're not going to go into the political side of everything, but for them to go to Qatar and to win in Qatar, I'm telling you, my friends, they are sending out a sign, okay, a sign, or maybe a message to not just the Arab world, but to the rest of the world, that we are here to play, not only to compete, but to win. And I think they should be all proud of themselves. My apologies for going on a complete fucking tangent. So the goalkeeper, that's right. I'm sorry, I'm excited. I'm sorry. That was a little, I apologize. I got carried away. Enough. Okay, enough. I'm not going to do the Arab accent anymore. Apologies. But listen, I've been writing a lot on the technological front about, the Saudis are doing and how they're advancing. So I'm kind of, unfortunately, directly, because, my job is a requirement. So, I write about things about advancements and stuff like that in Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, there's a lot of, they want to be like forward thinking. They want to be about progress, but are you really about progress? Because there's a lot of, human rights stuff that, people are still rightfully, complaining about or actually, trying to address and trying to overcome and find a solution in that. And it's not just Saudi Arabia, of course, it's all over the Middle East. And of course, that's FIFA demanded that England and a few other European countries, that the players, the captain armband with the one love, obviously it's not a political statement. FIFA sees it that way, and FIFA also doesn't want to upset the Arab hosts. Okay, we know that homosexuality and and the whole. I mean, transgender is a whole. That's not even a. I mean, they don't even think about it. They don't even talk about it. Let alone, when it comes to someone's identity and freedom and to be liberated. I mean, women's rights are still, you know what I mean? So it's a very, very taboo subject. So homosexuality, of course, is just the tip of the iceberg, right? When it comes to that. So the whole transgender thing, the whole, homosexuality thing, that's just, they are not willing to talk about it. They won't talk about it. And so you can imagine, I mean, again, they're just recently, right? It hasn't even been that long where women are now allowed to drive. So that's new, it's still fairly new. I know it's, not yesterday, but it's an issue in the Arab countries and, in Saudi, of course. So, and, so it's just, but that's the thing, the whole armband thing, it's not a political statement. It's about human rights. It's about tolerance. Unfortunately, the Arab countries don't get that. They're very stuck in their old ways when it comes to certain things. But it's tricky. I think at the end of the day, and I guarantee you this all of this is connected. I'm not like going off on another tangent here, but it's just, I mean, after winning it, and the win was kind of a little, there was a player that got injured at the end, which sort of took the sting away. But the Saudis valiantly defended their goal, and of course their goalkeeper, man. I have to get this guy's name. My friend was just talking about it, and but this guy, absolute boss. I completely forgot his name. My apologies. Is it Muhammad Alwais? Yes, it is Muhammad Alwais. So shout out to Muhammad Alwais. Okay, this guy. Oh my God, he picked up a yellow card his first match, but those saves and his heroics in between those sticks, man. He has to. You have to give him the player of the match. You know, this 31-year-old from Al Hufuf, Saudi Arabia. His full name is Mohammed Khalil Al Wais. So he's amazing. Shout out to him. I didn't think I was gonna shout out to any Saudi players today, but there you go. Huge shout out to him. I'm a little. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little beside myself. I'm still a little conflicted. I'm still a little sort of like, my emotions all over the place because it's like there are some undeniable moments in World Cup history, and this is one of them. It's a huge upset. Argentina is ranked third, in the nation coming into this first match, opening match, and they lost. They lost 2-1. They lost fair and square, by the way. No one got robbed. They lost fair and square. Saudi Arabia outplayed them in the second half. So I did not think I was going to talk about the World Cup this much. I wanted to talk about, the opening match, which was with Ecuador and Qatar. And of course, Qatar is, their team is trash. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult them, but what you see was what you get, right? And a lot of football critics were saying that they were basically Ecuador was basically playing on second gear. They were playing in second gear. So imagine if they were at 4 or 5. I think there would have been many more goals, really, because Qatar was that bad. They're terrible. And I was excuse me. And I was right with my predictions with the following matches. The U.S. and Wales would draw. I knew that was going to be a draw. And who else? Why am I drawing? I'm drawing a blank. Who else played? Oh, Netherlands, of course. They won as well. I was right about that one. And which they defeated Senegal. And who else? Who played in between? Was that it? Oh, England, of course, duh. England and Iran. Oh, I was a little disappointed in Iran. I thought they were going to give a little bit of a fight against England. But, of course, England is a very good team, and they won 6-2. England was impressive. I know it's the first match, but England was quite impressive. The youngsters, man, Bellingham and Saka and these guys. What performances by these kids. It's their first World Cup, and they're fucking scoring goals in the opening match. So hats off to them. Hats off to the young lions of England. I'm not sure how. They play the US next. That's going to be tough. That's not going to be easy. But I still think England they're going to win. They're going to win. They're in a really good momentum right now. So I think even though US will be difficult, I'm pretty confident England's going to win. But then again, hey, I think we were all confident that Argentina was going to win today, but they lost. Okay, so US could pull off I guess you could call it an upset against England, but England is of course a favorite in that upcoming match. But I'm recording this during the Denmark and Tunisia game. So looking forward to that. Be watching it right after we wrap up things here. So I'm very excited about that one. And of course, the match I've been waiting for, at least in the, one of the matches of the opening stages of the World Cup is Mexico and Poland. Okay. Viva la raza. Okay. That's right. Eh? I'm gonna represent Mexico till I die. Eh? They're taking on Poland and shit. And I swear we're gonna win, fool. Just watch. Sorry, that was more Chicano than actual Mexican, but I can talk like that too, yeah, going to Mexico, So I'm so very excited about that one. That's later on tonight, and fortunately, I got no work in the morning, so I can stay up and watch this one, and I might even the the late kickoff is of course France versus Australia. Diananda. I might watch that if my old ass doesn't get tired. So we're not sure about that. The next day, of course, a great couple of matchups: Morocco, Croatia, Germany versus Japan. That's gonna be a really good one. So can't wait to watch that one. So yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, of course, I'm still waiting for my team to play, which is Brazil. That's right, Brazil. So a little bit of me, I used to hate on Argentina because I'm a Brazil fan. I was anti-Argentina. Forget Argentina; they're going to lose all the times because I always support Brazil. In Brazil. And so, but not this time around. I don't know why. Maybe I'm mature now. I guess. I don't know. I don't even call that. But I think I was just more excited and happy for the Saudi team to win because they played their hearts out. So I hope they continue taking that momentum and go to the next stage. But Brazil will be taking on Serbia. But that's on the 25th. November 25th. Oh, well, 25th here because I'm in Thai time, baby. We're way ahead. We're 3 hours ahead of Qatar, I think. I believe so. Yeah, I think we are 3 hours ahead. I don't know. We'll have to check it out. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. That's too much talk about the World Cup. I don't listen. I apologize. I didn't think I was gonna talk about the World Cup this fucking much, but that match just got me excited, just put me over. So I was like, fuck it, goddamn, let's talk about it. Anyways, let's talk about another thing, man. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. We will get to the movies and TV section segment. The recommendation of the week. I don't think I have anything to recommend. Well, I usually have something to recommend, but I think there's a couple of shows that are still going on that I'm still watching. Just wrapped up watching The Crown, so I'll talk about that as well. But before that, so this is another thing I wanted, sort of a slight connection here. Nora Fatehi, okay? And I see the connection, this, because, World Cup, whatever. She did that song, which was fucking terrible, I'm sorry. I love Nora Fatehi. I will watch anything that Nora Fatehi is in just for her. That is all I will see. I will see Nora just for her. Wallahi, I swear to God. I will watch Nora just for her. But that song was terrible. Okay, now I've already, shared my thoughts on that. But what I want to talk about is she was in Dhaka a couple of days ago, I think. This past weekend, I believe. And here's the thing. It was like a fashion show kind of thing. I don't know. It was a fashion show in Dhaka. I didn't really look into that because I knew it was gonna be crap. Anyways, so she came to Dhaka. They charged people. They charged the public 5,000 taka, 10,000 taka, 15,000 taka. This one dude said he paid 15,000 taka for tickets or seats or whatever to go to this quote unquote event. I saw, I don't know, there was dancing and all that stuff, performances, but Nora didn't dance. I think apparently according to the audience, she said a few things, only a few words. She said a few things. She was on stage for like 4, maybe 5 minutes, and that was it. She went home. That is one of the and I'm thinking to myself, and of course she's not going to share this on her social media, right? It was literally one of those, and Nora's not the only one. A lot of celebrities do this. It doesn't matter if you're from India, from the US, or if you're a celebrity in Europe, Australia, whatever. A lot of celebrities do this. They will just show up they'll just paycheck. That's it. Listen, you show up here, you say a couple of words, fans go crazy over you. Here's a big ass fat check. And it's a scam. It's a scam. Because the audience, foolishly, I have to be honest, you're fool to think that Nora Fatehi is going to come and perform. No, and I don't think they were in the loop in the news because the news was talking about it, how she was having issues with the visa coming into Bangladesh because you have to have a certain, and it's not just Bangladesh, again, it's other countries. You have to have if you're going to perform, that's not, that's kind of, there's a business transaction there. So you have to have like not necessarily a work visa. I think it's some kind of like entertainment or talent visa or something like that. It's a special thing. It differs from country to country. And she was trying to get that. Didn't happen. Didn't go through. Whatever. So she just what you do? Just show up. Just look pretty. Show up. Go on stage. Homies dancing around you. She looked like nothing. Like she didn't know what the fuck was happening. She was like, "What am I doing here?" No, she knows what she was doing there. Get the fucking paycheck and bounce, right? And I laughed, and I thought to myself, how can? I mean, the public were misled, and that's fucked up. And Bangladesh is known for doing this. Unfortunately, they're known for doing this. They've done this a lot, and it sucks. People paid their hard-earned money, dude. Like 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, whatever it was. And for those who are wondering, let me convert that for you. It's not that much, but look, I'll tell you how much 15,000 DACA is in dollars if you want to convert that. It's $146. Okay, that's 15. That's okay. It's, I mean, people got bills to pay, bro. And they're fans of this celebrity or that celebrity, and they just want to see them. But that was that, and it was very lackluster. And it's unfortunate, but Bangladesh has they have a reputation of doing that. The organizers are terrible. And I don't know. I didn't feel like you were going to get a private performance or whatever for $146 or a little less than that. I mean, let's call it $150. Let's round it up. $150, right? That's hard-earned money, dude. People got fucking bills to pay. But they were let down, disappointed, and my thing is like, well, why are you surprised? Like, this has happened before. This happens all the time in fucking Bangladesh. It was basically like hiring Nora, giving her a paycheck, or just a check, sign a check, just to make an appearance. It's an appearance check. That's all it is. Celebrities do this all the time, of course. And they just walk off, and they do this all the time. It's like clickbait, But in like physical real life, here's this person on stage, do your oohs and ahs, cheer for her. Oh, wait, that's it? She's gone? 4 minutes. It's gone. What the fuck? Anyways, so it's just dumb. And for the public, come on, be smart, man. The country you live in. These fucking people who are gonna rip you off. I mean, it can't be the first time you've been ripped off. That's how people roll in Dhaka, especially. So yeah, I don't fault Nora Fatehi in there. I mean, I would have done the same thing. I'm gonna check. Oh no, you know what? I would have done something. But if you're legally not allowed to perform, you're obviously not gonna perform. But you're gonna pick up the goddamn check. Someone flew your ass out there. Someone giving you a check. All this is paid for. And all you gotta do is just sit there and look pretty, say hi. You would have done the same fucking thing, because that check was I'm pretty sure it's fucking fat, a huge check, fat check. So she was just like a guest of honor, and you paid to see the guest of honor. That's it. You didn't get to talk to her, didn't see the performances. That was that. So I still love Nora, but if someone told me Nora Fateh is coming to Dhaka, you have to pay this much to go see her, like, fuck off, my friend. I will not do this. Wallahi, I don't care. I love Nora Fatehi. Everybody who knows me knows that I love Nora Fatehi. She's like my number one uber duper super duper uber crush. So, but I'm not gonna pay to see fucking. That's dumb. I'm not stupid. I mean, I'm stupid. I'm not that stupid. You know what I mean? So talking about stupid, let me tell you something. Since we're in a nice little a bridge connecting the two topics here. Nora Fatehi, she's big in Bollywood, right? talking about Bollywood. So the whole day, and I shit you not, the whole day, I'm listening to 90s Bollywood. Whole day. Okay? And back in the 90s, right? That was an era, 90s, early 2000s as well. That was an era of just melodies. That's what made it work. That's what made the soundtracks of these movies bangers, you know? And that's why it's so sentimental. Sometimes it's cheesy and corny, but it sticks with us. And that really sums up Bollywood in the 90s, because that's why it's so fucking nostalgic. And I think there's probably just the 90s in general, the pop culture at the time, and the things that we get, that were caught up in the zeitgeist in the 90s. It's very, very nostalgic. It was so, this generational, just huge momentum shift, in pop culture. So Bollywood is a big part of it. And so I thought, you know what, this could be a perfect idea to come up with a new segment, which I like to call Throwback of the Week, right? I got a recommendation of the week. This time around, I don't know if it's not really a recommendation. I'll get to it. Anyways, but Throwback of the Week. A Throwback of the Week, and I want, something from the, back in the day, in the 90s. I was listening to the Bollywood songs of the 90s all day. I was working out. I was working out to a playlist of Bollywood 90s. And one song struck a chord, struck a nerve. Bars, okay? O lal dupatte wali, tera naam to bata. O uchi sandal wali, tera naam to bata. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Bars, bro. For let me hold on. Let me translate. For a translation, that is the equivalent of Michael Jackson saying, "Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on." That's how we used to holler at chicks. How poetic is that, yeah? That is how we used to very mischievously holler at a pretty girl. Think about it. There's a line in it that says, "Uchi sandal wali tera naam to bata." Okay? I'm even doing the hand signal. If you can see me on YouTube, I am doing the hand signal. You say, "Hey, girl with the high heels on, what's your name?" You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl, and let me holler at you real quick. Like, that's how we used to do it. That's the equivalent. I mean, that's not Bollywood, but that's how we, back in Cali, "Hey, girl, hey, let me holler at you real quick." That's, it might come off barbaric, but I thought it was just cool. And Bollywood lyrics back in the day, some were very poetic, very, but then, and some were raunchy. Yes, I know, some were raunchy. That was the 90s, we had a little mix of everything. That's how it was. And this is one of them. "O lal dupatte wali, tera naam to bata." And it goes, so you got to hear the song, okay? It's from the movie Aankhein, which stars Govinda and Chunky Pandit. This was Govinda and Chunky Pandit back in the day. Those two were like this comedic tandem doing crazy, just, raunchy, weird fucking movies in the 90s and comedy. That's what it was. That's my throwback of the week. And I've been listening to that, not just that song, but, those similar songs like that throughout the whole fucking day. Sorry, that was a little trip down memory lane. But 90s, that's how we used to do the craziest shits trying to pick up very attractive women. And I know it's kind of weird. You've never met this woman before. You just want to know her name, and that's what this song is about. Tera naam to bata, like, tell me, what is your name? I mean, he could have done it in a very, non-ghetto way, because that's literally how it sounds. It's but hey, we were sexually free in the 90s, okay? Very edgy, very not so conservative. It was a great fucking decade, man. God damn it. And talking about the 90s, great segue here. The Crown, right? Because that's where it sort of, around that time is where the show ends, begins, ends, whatever. Well, at least this season, of course. The Crown was this season was good. I don't think it was good as previous seasons. I'll be honest with you. Even though, we were treated to just fantastic performances by Elizabeth Debicki as Princess Diana. Elizabeth Debicki is like, I've been a fan of hers for a while. She's a fantastic actress. And Dominic West as Prince Charles. We all know Dominic West. He's a great actor. And Imelda Staunton as Queen Elizabeth. The older version, the older version of Queen Elizabeth the second. And Jonathan Pryce, of course, is he's a seasoned veteran actor. They were good. I don't really have issues with the performances. I think we were expecting that anyway because they're fantastic actors. A little bit of it was sort of I don't know. It took me out a couple of times because I felt like Prince Charles may have not been cast correctly, if that makes sense. I just didn't. It's because Dominic West is a fantastic actor, but the way. Maybe it was such a drastic change because Dominic West is a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. Good-looking actor. Prince Charles, not so much, and they tried their best to get, Elizabeth Debicki to look as close to, Princess Diana, which I think was fantastic. And I also thought that because, Elizabeth she's quite tall and she kept doing the head down thing because this is what, if you're watching this on the video, you know what I'm doing. Where like Diana would just like sort of like this very shy, her head's kind of down like a new bride at an Indian wedding, that kind of thing. She does this with her eyes, And I'm just thinking she's a very tall woman and her neck must be aching, bro. You know what I'm saying? Her neck, her upper back, whatever. I hope she was doing stretches, because that looks painful. Okay, every episode you saw her, she was doing the same thing, and then I was naturally concerned. I hope she's all right. But overall, I think it was good. I don't know if there was enough like. I don't think anyone else could top Elizabeth Debicki because I think a lot of it is centered around Princess Diana now. There's a lot of good supporting characters and good supporting actors and everything, of course. And this is where you see that the fractured royal family is now slowly, falling apart, layer by layer. But I just don't think it was as impactful. Maybe. I'm pretty sure next season is, because unfortunately when they show Princess Diana, in her final days, I think, if they can pull it off, it's going to be very difficult, but I have pretty good faith that they will. I think it's going to be more impactful this season. To me, at least to me, I don't know. I wouldn't give it as a high rating as the previous seasons. So yeah, I just finished The Crown today. Actually, I was just trying to catch up with a lot of things. The Peripheral on Amazon Prime. I'm still watching that. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm enjoying it. It's entertaining, but I don't know. I don't know. I still can't sit here and recommend it to you, because I think a lot of it is very. It's a mixture. It's a mixture of, Westworld. It's a mixture of, I don't know if it's Mr. Robot, maybe. I don't know. Not even Mr. Robot. I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a Westworld thing, and I don't think people are sort of, may not be as excited to watch it. So I'm not going to really recommend The Peripheral. It is a fun watch, though. I'll give it that. It's entertaining, but I don't think I would actually recommend it to somebody. Maybe to a few select people, but yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I'm not completely 100%, excited about it as I would be with another show or something. What else? I saw this new movie on Netflix. By the way, The Handmaid's Tale. I think I brought that up in the last episode. Not sure, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to. That was a great finale, by the way. Great finale. Looking forward to next season for sure. I'm watching 1899 on Netflix. This is of course the same. I think the same creators of Dark. This one also, I'm still watching it, by the way. I'm still watching it. I haven't finished it. And I'm still on the fence about this one as well. It's kind of like The Peripheral. And both of them are very, it's sci-fi kind of, not kind of, it is like sci-fi approach to a thriller. And 1899 sort of leans towards, it is, if you've seen Dark, which is a great fucking show, that one I would definitely recommend if you haven't watched it. Dark on Netflix. It's a German production, German show. So that's fantastic. That I would do it. And The Menu, I want to watch. I've heard a lot of good things about it with Ralph Fiennes. Or Ralph, is it Ralph Fiennes or Fiennes? It's Fiennes. It's Fiennes, right? Ralph Fiennes. Great actor. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And I think it's the last episode of The Walking Dead. I haven't watched it yet. I will. I'm like saving it because it's the end. It's the end. So looking forward to that. Anyway, so that's gonna wrap it up, man. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to. There's a couple things I also want to talk about, but I just got carried away with the World Cup, man. So I don't know if a lot of you will like this because I know not everybody loves sports or watch sports, but it's the World Cup, right? Even if you don't like sports or are a big fan of football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, you still watch the World Cup, right? It's a communal thing. It's a world. The whole fucking world's watching it. So I'm sorry, man. I just got carried away. I'm not sorry, goddamn. It's my podcast. I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want. God damn it. No, but thank you for listening in. Thank you for listening to me blabber on. Looking forward to the rest of the week and the rest of the matches, of course. And of course, when my Brazil, they play Brazil, and I will talk about that match later on. Because I personally think that Brazil will win the World Cup. Argentina can kiss my butt. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great week ahead. I know I will. A little bittersweet, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that in the next episode. Probably talk about it later. And yeah, just very excited. I hope you guys are, taking care of yourselves. Please do. We are basically counting down the days. We're in almost the last month of the year. I'm going to go with this. I mean, wow, it felt like it just flew by, right? I'm going to walk into 2023. Don't know what's in store, but let's be optimistic, all right? And as usual, please take care of yourselves and be kind to yourselves and to others, of course. Always remember that, and to others. And treat yourselves. Until next time, I'm going to go watch the match right now. It's Denmark versus Tunisia. I'm out of here. Peace!